Once upon a time, and at the west of a coastal village, there lived a young fisherman. He had a humble dugout canoe and a simple life. Every evening after a hard day of fishing, he would sit on the shore, mending his nets. His fingers were nimble and quick, working the fibers together with a soft, rhythmic song. And as the moon climbed high in the sky, his work was done. Now this young fisherman had a special gift. His voice was said to be as soothing as the waves, and his songs were filled with the stories of the sea. Little did he know that one evening his song would reach the ears of a mermaid. She was a beautiful creature with skin as black as midnight and long, flowing black hair that reached down to her ankles. She wore necklaces of cowrie shells and bracelets of beads, and her tail shimmered like 1,000 stars. Now, this mermaid was known throughout the ocean for her enchanting voice, and she spent her days swimming with her sisters, and her nights singing to the moon. But tonight, something was different. As she swam near the shore, she heard the fisherman's song, and it was so enchanting that she had to come see for herself who was singing it. Slowly she rose from the water and stood on the beach, hidden in the shadows. As the fisherman finished his song and looked up at the moon, she called out to him, her voice like the tinkling of bells. He turned around, startled, and saw the most beautiful creature he had ever seen. She told him that she was a mermaid, and she had come to reward him for his beautiful song. With a wave of her magic wand, she blessed his net, and from that day on, his luck changed. Every time he cast his net into the sea, it overflowed with fish. He could barely pull it back to the shore. It was so heavy. And not only that, but his catch fed not just his family, but the whole village. Soon everyone in the village was talking about the singing net, and there were some who were not happy about this, some who were jealous of the fisherman's good fortune. So they hatched a plan. While he was out to sea, they snuck into his hut and stole the net. But when they tried to use it, it did not work. The net was empty. When the fisherman returned and saw that his net had been stolen, he was heartbroken. He told the village chief what had happened, and the chief called all the men to come listen to him. The men who had stolen the net thought they were clever, but they were wrong. As the chief listened to the story, his eyes flashed with anger. He ordered the men to take him to where they had hidden the net. Then he did something no one expected. He took the net and threw it into the sea, and the ocean roared in anger. One by one, the men's boats began to sink, and those who clung to the wreckage were pulled under the waves. The chief called out to the mermaid, and she rose from the sea, her face pale with anger. She told them that they had broken the law of the sea by stealing the fisherman's net, and now she would punish them. And with that, she cursed them, and their nets would be empty forever. The men begged for forgiveness, but the mermaid was not moved. She had a kind heart, but she also had a fierce temper, and she would not stand for being disobeyed. So the curse remained, and the men were forced to abandon their boats and return home empty-handed. Only the fisherman was exempt from the curse, for he had treated the mermaid and her gift with respect. And so the fisherman continued to live in his little village, catching fish every day and sharing his blessing with the people. And whenever the moon was full, he would sing his special song on the beach, just in case the mermaid should hear him and be reminded of the day that they met. For the mermaid never forgot the fisherman who had honored her gift, and she watched over him always, making sure that his net would never be empty.